So the Dominican Republic obviously made a lot of headlines in baseball over the years with the number of players they've produced, but they've shown in recent times, really for the past decade, they've got great basketball. And the Virgin Islands do as well. Walter Hodge right up at the top of the list for Coach Milton David Barnes. He'll be hoping his point guard can get up and down the floor. For the Dominican Republic, Dagoberto Peña, Rigoberto Mendoza de la Rosa, all the way down to Victor Lees, Edward Santana, Sadiel Rojas, Eloy Vargas, played at the World Cup, Eulis Baez. Welcome to the Dominican Republic, folks. The game, the World Cup qualifier between the Virgin Islands and the Dominican Republic underway, and Walter Hodge tries to get his teammate involved, turns it over, then they get it back, and Hodge ends up taking a long jumper. Hodge, you might remember, played for the Florida Gators in college basketball. And I'll tell you what, he plays a lot of basketball. Seen him in Europe, playing a lot of minutes, and now here he is in the World Cup qualifiers. He loves playing for his country, he says. And sweet jump hook, starting things off for the Dominicans. Gives them an early 2-0 lead. That was by Smith, in fact. Here he is again. And getting it down low to Camacho Vargas. Actually, that was Edwin, number 11, that was pushing the ball up the floor, not Smith. First one is missed. And the second one as well, so Baez gets the rebound. Long jump shot is good from Dominican Republic's Rojas. It's a good job hitting those jump shots in Spain as well. And now the spin move. Almost lost possession there, Samuel. Smith again, little jump hook, and bricked that one. Samuel almost got hold of it. Now the jump shot and the miss. And Vargas with the rebound. There's Baez. Eulis Baez puts it up with the left hand. The ball goes out of bounds. So kind of a calm start here to proceedings. Samuel pulls up at the line. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it goes back over. I thought he said it was the Dominican Republic ball. Well, it's going to be the Virgin Islands again. So the Dominicans up by one, but Hodge with the little runner. Vargas powers his way inside. And goal interference. Basket, or goaltending, so they're going to give him the basket. I'm thinking they are anyway. If they are, it's slow to register. Yeah, they did give it to him. There it is, 5-4. And ball goes out of bounds. Lee's playing, trying to play some defense on the lightning quick point guard of the Virgin Islands. There's Hodge. Well, Hodge was a little bit out of control there, but was able to get to the line. So he's got 3 points. He had scored with that runner. Bends his knees, makes both. You know, Vargas spent some time playing at Kentucky for the Wildcats. And the jump shot. There's Vargas again. And again, that time, shot no good, but the follow, and Rojas gets it to fall. Hodge off target, and the rebound by Smith, and the rejection by Eulis Baez. And quickly down the other end, and the high-flying Smith blocks it, but the ruling was it had already reached his peak and was on the way down, so goaltending. Well, Baez is on the SWAT team tonight, that's for sure. Good move by Samuel. Samuel lays it up and gets it back to a 1-point game. I hear the organ music in the background here. Now and a good recovery defensively. And the quick pass up the court. And instead of driving, Samuel launches the long jump shot. Born to score comes to mind. And long jump shot is the answer as well from Ramon for the Dominican Republic. And Eloy Vargas takes it away. Camacho Vargas had it. Excuse me, Edwin had it, but then lost it. Well, it is interesting. These are the types of organ chants that you would hear at baseball games. So I guess it stands to reason with that sport also being having a strong presence on the island that you would hear that kind of music as well in the arena. And nice pass down low, and the foul sends Victor Lees to the line. And tickles the twine. Tickles the twine again. So 4-point lead, and we've got timeout on the floor. So Dominican Republic So back to live action. And the jump shot is good, coming right out of the timeout. And the fight for the ball. Vargas goes up for the rebound. And we'll get a couple of free throws. And Vargas can't get the friendly roll. So 14-12. Dominicans trying to get on top of the Virgin Islands here. And so far this visiting team has come out and given a good account of itself, showing you why they were so tough to play this summer. And the drive, the rebound, and the basket is good with the follow from Smith, LaRon Smith. Vargas' pass goes out of bounds. But fortunately for him, goes out of bounds off of Hodge. Well, hearing a lot of applause here. As the Dominican Republic makes a change, a couple of changes in fact. So Mendoza has come in, and Paulino. Eulis Baez passes out of trouble. There's Mendoza. Solano, back to Mendoza. And he floats in. And good follow from Vargas. Keeps it alive and is rewarded for his refusal to give up on the ball. Now Hodge has it knocked away. Uh-oh. Get ready. And a two-handed jam. Solano, fresh off the bench. Put it up and in. And another turnover leads to a break. And the foul, I'll tell you, you bring in Mendoza and Solano, and all of a sudden, the pace quickens for the Dominican Republic. Long jump shot. It's good from Rojas, Sadiel Rojas. And Dominican Republic have owned the last minute or so, but quickly getting in there is Richards. Solano misses. Pass batted out to Solano. Santana scrapping away. And almost a tip. Yes, the second tip from Rojas. And the lead is ballooned to 9. Walter Hodge bumped as he gets close. So Suero comes in, number 39 for the Dominicans. And Santana's going to take a seat. I don't know if he's been pulled out because he's injured. Hodge again goes down the lane. And a couple of free throws coming. He's got the strut. Well, you start to fall behind a little bit. You want to attack the basket. Usually good things happen when you attack the basket, score, maybe get fouled. And that's the case. He earns that trip to the line and is taking some free throws where he's been pretty good tonight. Sergio Rojas hands it off to Suero. And Suero misses, but the offensive rebound and putback is good from Rojas once again. 11 points in the first quarter. And the answer, Richards for three. Quick pass down low, Rojas, pump fake. And he's got free throws coming. So it will end up being a very high-scoring quarter already for Rojas, but he can get even more. So Rojas makes the first one. So 1:20 to go here in the opening quarter. The drive and off the glass is good. Boy, Richards is showing he's got some game. Now the ball goes out of bounds. No, they saved it before it went out of bounds. And Hodge hands it off. Inside, and another good look from Smith. And now the run from the Virgin Islands gets it back to 27-25. Long three attempt is off target. I'm sure the Virgin Islands are more than happy for the Dominican Republic to launch some long-range attempts. And they're going to try to hold on to it. I think we'll see some more penetration. Nope, we're going to see Hodge launch a three. And that's a bad foul. Already over the limit. So the foul, Milligan. So Rojas back at the line. Makes the first one. He's got 14 points, make it 15. So 29-25. Last couple seconds. And the attempt from deep is good. Wow. So the attempt from Jonathan Gray. He drills it from the right corner before we finish the second quarter. Ramon puts up a long one, and the ball goes out of bounds. Smith has it. And the shot attempt is no good, and you can see skying high for the rebound. And Baez catches it down low in the foul. It was Mendoza that had that rebound. So for the Dominicans, looking back at the team they had at the World Cup, the guys that are here, Victor Lees, Edward Santana, Eloy Vargas, and the shot is blocked. This triggers the break. And oh, the pin from Baez. Boy, he really is on the SWAT team tonight. And the follow, Vargas gets it, puts it up and in. Aeolus Baez was there, Ronald Ramon, so they've got 5 members of that World Cup squad from 2014 in this squad on this roster tonight. One of them, Ramon, who picked up the foul. Penetration, the drive, the ball goes out of bounds. And the miss, and it gives it back over to the Dominican Republic. And Baez, oh, he gets rejected by Richards. Goodness me. This has turned into a swap fest on both ends of the floor. Now Smith goes up with a little jump hook. And Suero goes up for the authoritative rebound. Oh, over the head, back, over the shoulder pass from Baez. And the layup by Suero. So the lead goes to 6. Foul called on Eloy Vargas, who had the bump. Look at that. Great camera work, great play. So Richards goes out. He's been quite the crowd pleaser, hasn't he? Well, the crowd displeaser, since they're the visiting team. But certainly for the neutral, he's been fun to watch. And Vargas goes up with a rejection. So foul called before that. And Milligan now will try his luck at the free throw line. This is the first. Second one is good, however. Penetration, the drive, Suero no good. Vargas rebounds it, brought it down though, had it knocked out of his hands. Gets it back, misses again. Samuel has it, and he's chased down. Ball turns over to the Dominicans. Suero for 3, Vargas with another board, and goes up for the putback jam. Long jump shot is good. So that basket made by Gray. He has 5 points. Offensive foul. I think it's on Vargas. This was Vargas getting the offensive rebound and putback. So his numbers tonight, Vargas, 9 points, 8 rebounds. So he'll no doubt have a double-double before we know it. Vargas takes a breather out of the game, so the double-double will have to wait for him. And the tap is good. That was by Rojas. 17.7 rebounds for Rojas. Thought he'd have his double-double here in the second quarter. So now that he's back in, he might do that. Great play by Samuel. Nice spin move, hanging in the air. Long jump shot is no good by the Dominicans, but they're really getting after him on the glass, including Bife. And Eulis Bife just goes up strong. Played such a long time in Spain with Herbalife Gran Canaria. There's Pena getting the rebound. And now the drive and the basket, the follow. Was it Leeds or was it Rojas? Yeah, so Victor. Was it Leeds or was it Rojas? Yeah, so Victor Leeds got 4 points. And the miss. I'll tell you, Herbalife Gran Canaria's got a lot of international players that have gone to join their clubs. Here is Pena. And pass. Now Samuel out on the baseline. And quickly a chance to break. And another three-point attempt is no good, and Rojas gets another rebound. And the basket is good. Was that Ramon? Yes, it was indeed. So 43-35, timeout on the floor. So 3.5 minutes remaining. Virgin Islands looking to make some inroads here. Before the end of the half, Virgin Islands guard turns it over, and in the foul, and unsportsmanlike is being asked for by the Dominican Republic, but it's not going to be given. Lees getting down there. It was Hodge that turned it over. First one is good. And the second was good by Lee. So now it's a 10-point lead. Takes to the game. And Hodge, a little bit out of control. They're going to call the block or the charge. And Rojas can hardly believe it. He thought he was in position. Well, yeah, might have a point there. So Hodge makes the free throw, and with 3:05 remaining. So Rojas, 17 points, 9 rebounds, leading the way for the Dominican Republic, who aren't countering much on the defensive end when they get down there. 45 points already. Lees looks for an opening. Splits the D. Hodge hesitated, drove in. Good aggressive rebounding there from Smith, and scores with a putback. And look at that, back to 6 points, the deficit. Smith's got the rebound, hands it off once again to Hodge, but then his pass errant. Oh, good move from Pena. Wow. He is fun to watch. Look at this. Behind the back, and Hodge says, "Where'd you go?" Rattles in the first one. Second one is good as well, so back to an 8-point advantage. Here's some applause here from the Dominican Republic. And I think the answer to that, you know now, seeing him on the screen. Number 10, Adres de Leon, 33-year-old. Clearly a popular player in these parts. Second one is good. Solano misses now quickly, but off the hands of the Virgin Islands. Smith, so it goes back. Pena, and coming so close. for the Dominicans there was De Leon. Now, almost a turnover. Smith to Richard. And the drive and the miss by Edwin. De Leon. Well, I'm hopeful we can just go ahead and take care of this. Rojas goes ahead and gets his double-double. Just needs one more rebound. He's got the 17 points and 9 rebounds. Santana back in the game. Pena. There was Rojas battling for the rebound, but wasn't able to collect it. No, a pass out of desperation. Able to get rid of it. Rojas for 3. Now Hodge, an alley-oop pass. Richards goes down. Backboard was slapped. Pena. Oh, a reverse layup. The crowd likes that one. Coach calls for one shot. Hodge has it. Shot clock winding down. Finds his way to the basket, but has the ball knocked away right at the end. Then somebody says hello to Hodge from the stands, and he says, "Hey, how's it going?" So second half action underway. And Samuel, who started fast in the first half, tries to get in the lane, but Rojas reaches in and knocks it away. Might want to use the pass next time. Eloy Vargas whips it over to Rojas. And Hodge drives in and puts it up off the glass and in. Gets it back to a 6-point deficit. And the jump shot from Liz is off the front of the rim. And Samuel, just easy as you like, puts it in there, and sure enough, back to a 4-point game. So the Virgin Islands say, you know what, we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to hang around for a while and try to spoil the party on the opening day of the World Cup qualifiers here in the Dominican Republic. Eloy Vargas catches it down low and goes up strong. And the jump shot from Edwin, short. Bounce pass, Vargas. So he gets his second straight layup. And good hands. Forces a turnover. And Rojas may have taken a shot to the mouth. Liz drives in, lays it up, and gets rejected. That was nowhere near going in. Look at this. He lays it up. That wasn't. That would have maybe grazed the rim. Smith gets inside, Bias with the rebound. And long jump shot is good from Ronald Ramon. Smith at the line answers for the Virgin Islands. Vargas. So Virgin Islands got to within 4. Bounce pass, beautiful play. Smith scores. Back to a 9-point game. Short jump shot from Ramon. No good. Pass off the fingertips of Smith, but Virgin Islands get it back. Edwin. And his pass intercepted. Quickly to Lees. Samuel. Nine-point game. Rojas still in search of that 10th rebound. Vargas fouled by Smith. That was the break where Lees got his defender on his back. Vargas having a dominating night now, getting close to becoming his team's leading scorer. And he now has equaled Rojas 17 points. Long jump shot from Gray. Lees. And to Vargas, kicks it back outside to Bice for 3. And a quick response from Gray, but he is blocked by Bice. He's going to put up another one, Bice. And the long rebound comes to him. Lees open. And you can hear the excitement in the stands. This Dominican crowd appreciating what it's seeing here. Ball goes out of bounds and back to the Dominicans. Santana making only fleeting appearances in this game. He's come in now. Here's Rojas. Gives it to Santana. And good hustle down the floor, Samuel. So Samuel gets that deficit to single digits, and he has 18 points. And that looked like good defense from the Virgin Islands. But a foul has been called. And makes the first one. And the second is out. 25-year-old. Richard drives in. Oh, what a finish from Richard. His teammates even appreciating that one. Even the home crowd here in the Dominican. And now Richard flies high for the rebound. And Mendoza picks up the foul. Look at this play. This is something else. Walter Hodge enjoying that. Look at that. Still only an 8-point lead. Samuel puts it up. Well, these guys can shoot it, can't they? And then he had some words. And Samuel with the rebound. He's going to try to take it all the way. Look at him. Bounce pass. Long one, no good. Samuel, another board. Oh, I heard that up here. Mendoza commits the foul. So Milligan goes to the line. Look at this. If the Dominican Republic can't put these guys away, it's going to potentially come back and bite them. A home loss in the World Cup qualifiers would really sting them, would really hurt their chances of making it back to a second straight World Cup. On the turnover. And the finish, and it's a 2-point game. And look at Smith in the Virgin Islands. So the timeout has been called. Offensive foul. So now the Virgin Islands can tie it or take the lead. Hodge gets in the lane and ties it up. Pena for three. And does it with the rebound. Vargas scores down low. Milligan. And the follow is good from Smith. And foul before the shot. Santana trying to seal it off inside. Well, Hodge is sometimes accused of trying to do too much, but I think he's played with enough control tonight. He's done what he's needed to do to give his team a chance. And Richard gets in and ties it. Gets in and gives his team the lead and goes to the line for an and one. And it's a three-point lead now for the Virgin Islands. Richards with 12 points. Bice has the ball knocked out of his hands as he gets close. So 7.9 seconds remaining. Bice gets to the line. But you know that's going to be enough time for the Virgin Islands to get down and score. Both free throws good. Richards to Hodge. Hodge puts it up. I think they could have gotten a better shot than that. But the Virgin Islands lead it by one with 10 minutes remaining. So fourth quarter action underway here. Virgin Islands trying to spring the upset in the Dominican Republic. And Baez standing around. Ooh, may have hooked his defender. Ramon. Vargas goes up for the rebound. And foul called on the Virgin Islands. So number 11, Edwin back in. Excuse me, number 11 for, Edwin for the Virgin Islands. And now the drive, and the basket is good. So the Dominicans go back in front. Now a chance of defense. Oh, what a move and what a dish and what a finish from Smith. Long jump shot, no good. Hodge. And Ramon is able to draw the charge. Well, that was a terrific feed. Airless bias is long. Hodge pulls up for three. Vargas Shows his elbows. Got to be careful, Eloy. Ramon for three. Good. And he's got a little bounce in his step now. Maybe he's going to start taking over. But Virgin Islands throw over the defense, and then Smith walks. He kind of shuffled his feet. So a break for the Dominicans. Hodge coming out to catch a breather. And jump shot is good. Another one from Ramon. He seems to have entered a different state of mind here. And again, the crowd chants defense, defense. And the battle for the board, this time won by Pena. Three-pointer is good from Mendoza. Vámonos, los Dominicanos. Well, folks, it's been an entertaining game. A little bit of high-octane offense for the first three quarters or so, especially the first half. And now we're going to see who's got enough fuel in the tank to finish this thing up. By the way, Rojas did get that 10th rebound, so he's got his double-double. And so does Eloy Vargas. 19 points, 11 rebounds for the Dominicans. Now Hodge comes back in. Richards inbounds it. Maybe this is time for Richards to get back involved. Oh, Samuel just lost it going up. Right when his coach said now's not the time to go one-on-one. That's not our game. Our game is movement. But Samuels looked like he was getting ready to go to the rim or go to the rack. Pena, boy, it's about as close as you get without not going in. Samuel has it. Explosion to the basket from number 6. Walter Hodge, and he draws the foul. So Walter Hodge goes to the line, makes the first one. What's incredible, isn't it, how the Virgin Islands came back to take the lead. Just a little bit of a spark was all the Dominicans needed to race back in front. They got Byth making a layup after Smith dunked. For the Virgin Islands, it was Ramon especially hitting a three and then another three. And those were the big plays. And now Byth gets in there. And the ball goes out of bounds with Virgin Islands picking the worst time to go into self-destruct mode. Baez posting up and draws the foul. So the foul was on Samuel, yep. So that's why he took exception to the call. You could see his reaction for the referee. 5:42 to go in the fourth. And both free throws good. So 10-point lead. Can the Dominican Republic now just go ahead and seal the deal? That's the question. I'm not sure they can. I think we might have one more run with the Virgin Islands here. Richard. He loses it. And quickly. And the dunk from Mendoza de la Rosa. And again, Baez reaches in, knocks it away, goes in for the layup. And they have just turned this game completely upside down. Look at this. Elsewhere tonight, we had Brazil up 15 on Chile going into the fourth quarter. Venezuela were winning over Colombia, 59-51 late in the third, and Canada were just cruising against the Bahamas, 58-29 late in the third. Mendoza de la Rosa. Wow, 15 points the advantage. You might be able to say this one's done and dusted. Oh, the pass, and Pena puts it up off the glass. You'd never know the Virgin Islands were winning in this quarter. And the drive and the battle for the ball goes out of bounds. Milligan scrapping away. And the shot is good. So a little bit of frustration evident on the face of Milton David Barnes, the coach of the Virgin Islands. Hodge goes in, lays it up, and draws the foul. Enough time here for the Virgin Islands to get back into this, the way, kind of the flow of this game. I mean, I can't see the Dominican Republic not putting up quick shots. Samuel gets the rebound, but then he flung it up. Wasn't able to come down with it, I guess. Rojas over to the corner, and Pena misses, but the ball batted out to Ramon. Vargas, quick pass. Rojas has the ball knocked away. And Mendoza, Rigoberto Mendoza chases it down ahead of Milligan. Here he is again. His pass almost intercepted. They continue to pass it around, and the ball taken away finally by Smith, and he goes up and throws it down. Ramon, another three. Off the rim. Quick shot. Hodge. Smith puts it up. Hodge battles, scraps, keeps it alive. Look at that. That extra effort from Hodge, and it leads to the alley-oop pass to Samuel. So Samuel heads to the bench. And Victor Liz back in the contest. Bias hands it off again. Gets it back. Oh, he was going for the Thunder's jam. And the question is, did they call the foul? He's had some hellacious dunks with Gran Canaria. Thought we were going to get one there. He did get fouled, so he makes the first. Second free throw is good. Spin move goes up, and the finish is there. From Milligan. 1:57 to go. Back to an 11-point deficit. Some shots is good from De Leon Jimenez. First points of the game. And Baez has his hands on Samuel. Here's De Leon Jimenez with his three-pointer. So applause being heard, and Mendoza goes out, Rigoberto, and Suero is back in, number 39. Oh, good finish from Edwin. Bites goes out. And turnover to Hodge. Goes up, and Hodge is rejected. He stays down. Is he going to get back up? He comes running back. And De Leon Jimenez has it. Lees is open. Takes a little bit more time off the clock. A little bit of four corners here. De Leon Jimenez launches a long one. Samuel with the rebound. In the final seconds, ticking off the clock. Hodge again goes in. Scores. Not sure what that motion was. 10-point game. And I think we might have our final score, 99-89. So it's been a great game to watch. And I think the fans appreciate it. Virgin Islands kind of lost the initiative in that fourth quarter. But it is the Dominican Republic that have opened up their World Cup qualifying campaign at home and done so with a win. The Virgin Islands certainly threw a scare into this team.